Okay, so
Leandro, you first.
Okay.
So first of all, I'm so sorry to disturb your time for walking around.
Well, I can see that you're students straight away. I can see you're students. That's okay. I'm a teacher, so
you're a teacher.
yeah, I'm a teacher. Yeah.
So first of all, we want to introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sure.
Yeah. So
My name is Ryan.
Ryan, nice to meet you.
my name is Haifa.
Haifa, nice to meet you.
And I'm Bella.
Bella, nice to
Yeah.
meet you.
Okay.
So where do you come from?
I come from Adelaide in South Australia.
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 So you're a teacher in Adelaide, Australia.
Yes. I teach in a primary school, so the
primary
students I teach are 9 years old.
Ah, that's cool.
Year 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we haven't asked his name.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, yes, I didn't introduce my name's Rob.
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 Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Mr.
meet
Rob.
you,
Yeah.
Rob.
That's my students call me Mr. Rob.
Okay, Rob. Okay. So,
But you're not my students.
okay.
Thank you, Mr. Rob, for having us today.
Yeah.
So we're gonna ask a few questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe about your holiday to Indonesia, especially Yogyakarta. Why did you choose Yogyakarta for
Over.
your,
Yeah.
Over
city
other
Indonesia.
places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually been to Yogyakarta before. So this is I'm here with my wife and my daughter.
That's so
She's
sweet.
4 years old.
Oh my god, that's
Still young.
Yeah. So we wanted to come. I love Indonesia,
yeah.
but we wanted to come to a city that we'd been to before because it's easier with the child.
Yeah.
Jakarta and Surabaya are so big. And
crowded.
we like the culture and the history here,
yeah.
and it's an easy city to get around and to move around. So that's why we chose it this time. Last time when we first came here, we chose it because we knew it was historically important in your country, and we were interested to learn about that.
Yeah. We have very rich history
Yeah.
here.
We do, yes.
Yeah. Jakarta is,
Like Southern culture.
yeah.
Yeah.
Southern culture.
Yeah.
So next question.
So, how's your first impression to locals? I mean, like how they,
When you just landed here.
yeah,
How do they respond?
Yeah.
Really friendly, really easy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's one of the reasons I've been to Indonesia many times. Unfortunate.
This is not your first time.
No. Second time here, but in the past I've gone. Usually from Australia we fly to Bali because it's the cheapest place to fly into.
Because there's many flights from directly to go to Bali from.
Yes, yeah.
Australia.
I flew direct from Adelaide to Bali. I think they do that nearly every day.
Okay.
Yeah. So, one of the reasons I like coming to Indonesia and not just staying in Bali, most Australian tourists are just staying in Bali, is that I enjoy the people, I enjoy the culture. It's a friendly place, it's an easy place. You feel very safe, you're comfortable.
Yeah, because because there are so many people know Bali first rather than Indonesia.
Yes. It depends on the people, I guess. Now, how do I talk about my fellow countrymen? It depends on your worldview. Okay. Some Australians don't even understand that Bali is in Indonesia. They go to Bali.
Bali's Bali.
Yeah, Bali's Bali.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where I think for me the interest actually lies outside of Bali because when I'm in Bali, that's really just made for Australians. You know what I mean. Of course,
I
the tourism thing is really focused on that Australian sort of thing. Where once you step out of that and we come here, in our hotel, most of the guests are Indonesian. I'm sure they are. Yeah. So then you start to see something that's very different to what you would see in Bali or you would see in Australia, and I enjoy that.
Okay.
Interesting.
So the next question is talking about culture. How about the food? What's your favorite food here?
Indonesian food.
Yeah. Indonesian
Ever
food.
try?
Yeah.
Yes,
Have you ever
yes.
tried?
We ate at Warong SS. Do you know?
SS?
Yes, SS.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, it's a
I know.
chain, isn't it?
Chinese
Yeah.
food.
Do I have a particular favourite food? Probably not.
Oh.
Most times that we eat in an Indonesian restaurant, I try and get something different.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I enjoy doing is finding something different.
Something new food, things like that.
So do you like sweet foods or salty foods?
Salty foods. Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
like to more spice or?
Or
Yes,
like
yes, we
More
eat
spice.
lots of spice at home.
Oh.
My wife is her mother is Indian and her father is English. So we've grown up in our house
Yeah.
with a lot of Indian cooking, which I understand is different, but it's still spicy.
Yeah. A lot of spice.
Indian has so many kind of spice and flavors, I think.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, yeah. And India is a very big country, so the food across India is very different
Yeah.
as well. And we don't necessarily eat the food from where my wife's family is from.
Yeah.
Just quite general. Yeah.
How long you stay in Jakarta?
From when?
4 days.
Oh,
We arrived yesterday,
Oh yeah.
and then we will spend 4 days.
Oh okay.
So not so long, but our holiday is quite short this
Yeah.
time.
What about your plan for the next 3 days
Yeah.
in here?
To tell you the truth, my daughter's finding it quite hard. It's very hot.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very hot.
It's very hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, she's finding it difficult. It's so busy.
Yeah.
I feel really safe. I understand. But for her, the motorbikes and the traffic,
Yeah.
it is very different,
Different, yeah.
to home. So she's finding it harder than we'd expected. So really, right now, we're just going one day, one day, one day. Maybe we go to one of the malls, to the play areas in the malls, or do
Yeah.
something like that for
Yeah.
her. So I'm actually honestly not sure what we're going to do for the next few days.
So, do you wanna come back to here again, or do you have another city to visit in Indonesia?
Besides Yogyakarta.
Next time is what I would like to do is to come back here, and then continue west.
To the west.
Yeah, to the
Sumatra?
west. Towards Sumatra, yes.
Wow, interesting. He's from Sumatra.
You're from Sumatra?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The reason being that to the west I've been as far as Flores.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Florida is so beautiful.
Really beautiful,
Yeah,
really beautiful.
Nature is
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, yeah, and it's quite different there because there's so many people,
Yeah.
and Flores there's not many people there. It's,
Yeah,
so I think actually I would like to head towards Sumatra in
Yeah,
that
you're gonna have
direction.
some fun there.
What should I say? I'm asking the question.
Maybe I think, do you know the largest lake in
Okay, yeah,
Asia?
the largest lake in Asia. Okay, yeah.
It's located at North Sumatra.
Yes,
The name of the city is Medan.
Medan. Yeah.
The lake is so big. You have to use boat.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like for only 30 minutes,
yeah, yeah.
and you can have some.
You can have a look around there. Yeah. That's, to be honest, that's the sort of thing we're looking for, isn't it? You come to see that sort of
Yeah.
thing. What should we see? Let's go see the big lake. We go for a boat ride,
Yeah.
talk to a few people, this sort of thing.
Do you ever heard food named rendang?
Rendang?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Yes.
And nasi goreng.
Yes.
nasi
Yes.
goreng.
Yeah. Of course. Nasi goreng is rice, fried rice,
fried rice,
and
yeah.
then mee goreng is the noodles.
Noodles,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Bella.
Okay. So I curious with what's lecture apa ya, gimana ngomongnya, susah banget. Apa yang diajarkan waktu dia lihat itu ngajarin apa?
What type of lessons do you teach your
Oh, yeah.
student?
Okay. In our school, I work for a government school, so we have two systems. We have private school and government
And
school.
school, yeah.
I work in a government school, so the expectation is that we are what they call generalist teachers. So we teach many subject areas. I teach English, maths, humanities, about people in the world. So we teach English, maths, humanities. Then we also teach. So that's the main three. But then we also integrate to our maths technology. So we do computing and that sort of thing. In our school, and this is a decision that's made by each school. In our school, we have specialist teachers that teach PE, physical education, a specialist teacher that teaches science, and a specialist teacher that teaches Italian. Italian. Yes, I argue that maybe Indonesian would be a better language because you're closer.
Yeah.
But it's not so much about what is useful, unfortunately. It is about the history. And the area where my school is, before, there was a lot of Italian people. So they taught
History.
They taught Italian. However, now most of our students come from overseas. Our area has a lot of migration. In my school, about 50% of our students are from India. But we also have Indonesian students, we have Chinese students, we have African students. And then, so you narrow that. When we go, how many kids do we have that were born in Australia that speak English as a first language? About 20%. And it's most schools that would be more like 60% or maybe 70%. But we're an inner city school, an area that how do you say, like, if you go to live in another country, you go and live where the people from your country live. You know, if you come to Australia, you're going to want to live near some Indonesian people because the things that you want are in that area. In our area, there's lots of temples, there's lots of Indian restaurants and Indian supermarkets. So they come.
Okay.
But now there are things we have to learn maybe from Australian because Indonesian interest for speaking English maybe like 8.5%. So it's so low.
That's interesting because I find that most people I'm meeting are speaking English. However, I'm aware that's because of the places I am. And, you know, if we went out into the suburbs or the outer parts of the city, I'm sure the level of English would become much less. Where do you learn English? At school?
It's in school.
At school.
Start from elementary.
In elementary. And each week, how many hours of English would you do? Do you know?
It's not that much as
It's not much?
other, like, it's not much as like biology or math. English is much more less hour than
10% of our
all of the
lessons a day.
Yeah. For us, we do our foreign language for 40 minutes twice a week. So it's very small percentage. Actually, the children aren't expected to learn Italian. Is what we are teaching them is there are other languages, there are other cultures, there are other foods, people live differently to you, and they study a lot of that in their Italian lessons rather than just learning the language.
Okay, that's
You guys have any questions?
So what's your favorite? It's out of the context we talked before, but I want to know what's your favorite movie and actor all of the time?
Do you know what? I don't watch movies. Like I'm unusual. Okay. I find that I like to watch fact about facts rather than movies. So yeah, I watch a bit of YouTube and documentaries and this sort of thing. But in honesty, I haven't watched a movie in maybe 10 years. Yeah. But I'm unusual. Most of my friends would be able to say, yeah, here's my movie, that movie, I like this actor.
Yeah.
But
You're not.
no, I'm not. No.
Yeah. Okay. Enough.
You know?
Yeah, I think that's enough for today's conversation.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope I've been useful. I hope I've been
very
useful
useful
to
for
you.
us,
Yeah. And you know, when we come and we're meeting people that are speaking English and you're using your English, we appreciate it. You know, it's nice.
Thank you so
know,
much.
Because it's an effort. You know, when we're going around and we meet people and they're speaking English, we understand they're putting that effort in, and that's really nice. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, best of luck with all of your studies.
Yes.